Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your mid-September 2021 General Tarot Update. It's raining here. Being a Sagittarian, I'm always like eager to see, and you know, that card is like, ah. Oh, interesting. The heart of the matter is the Three of Swords, which is a card that is associated with sometimes some kind of a heartbreak, a feeling of being rejected by someone. And don't think that it just has to do with, you know, a romantic situation. Of course it could, but it can be like getting passed over in a promotion, or when I'm looking at the past position, we have the Ten of Pentacles. This is actually an inheritance card. So if you have been dealing with an issue of an estate and you find out that you're not getting what you thought you were going to get, but it's not about greed, because you're comparing yourself to other family members, other siblings, for instance, or a step-parent that your parent gave, like if it was a parent, they gave it to their spouse over you, and you feel like once again they chose that person over you. This can be like the Ten of Pentacles can be a Capricorn individual. Well, I'd say any earth sign, but I always associate with Capricorn because Capricorn is earth. That's Pentacles in the 10th house. Maybe you feel like, in some cases, if this is about heartbreak, maybe you feel like you're doing it to somebody else. I'm talking about especially family. If they want you to work in the family business, the Ten of Pentacles can be the family business or the family money. Maybe you asked for money and they wouldn't give it to you, or you feel bad because you rejected the money, because you really felt like it came with strings attached and you didn't want it for that reason. Maybe you've taken money before and it just never ends well. It's like you're beholden unto them. So any of those scenarios, also, if you are involved in a three-person relationship, that could certainly be the case. And actually, I don't know, the three-party, if you're the one who is seeing two different people, the 10 of Pentacles could be that, you know, maybe it's, I can see like maybe an air sign also. So an earth sign and an air sign. Air signs are Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And you might not know how to extricate yourself from one of those relationships. One of the things the Three of Swords can be is that you have to cut something very cleanly, like a clean break off of something. The higher message is the Seven of Swords. Sometimes this can be a sense that you might feel like you're being sketchy if you're involved with two different people, especially if you're not, you know, making them aware of this. If you are in a relationship with somebody and there is a third party, one of the things, like for instance, this does happen sometimes where you meet someone and, you know, you're talking to them, or you start to see them and then you find out that they have somebody else. They're not forthcoming with it. Or if they are, it's after you've been seeing them for a while. And you might be a little bit put out because you might feel that they deliberately kept that from you and you're not, really thrilled about that. Basically, what the Seven of Swords to me says in that context is that you are participating in the deception that, that they're committing with that other person. You might say, well, that's between, the two of them. But really, you are part of that. Even if you didn't know that they were with somebody and you didn't initiate it and things like that, when you found out, then you became a part of it. So it's one of those deals where, you know how you sometimes try to justify or rationalize something, but you have to admit that it is what it is. The Seven of Swords can also be strategizing on your own. If you are, if you are kind of like feeling a sense of rejection because you didn't get a promotion, maybe you were looking for some kind of like a financial boost and you didn't get it. Basically, what I can see from this is that you have to start making those plans for your exit. And you have to do so in a way that where you use your cunning. You can't just, Sag is like an open book. Oh yeah, and I know being a Sag that I want to let, because I have Mercury in Sag too, and I want to let people know exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I want it to be a teachable moment if I feel like I'm doing it because of the other person. So I have no qualms about saying things that are very, straightforward about what it is. It's like, why would I feel like I have to lie about it when I feel like forced out of a position? If somebody, if I was working someplace, especially if I had devoted a long time to that place and I didn't get a promotion that when I felt like I was doing a good job, and maybe somebody who came in, more recently gets it, I could feel very disrespected if I feel like I was doing a good job. And why wouldn't I say anything about that? Because I don't want to upset that person. It's like, who cares? It's not doing it in a vengeful way, but it's like letting them know, I didn't feel like I was respected. And it's funny because sometimes you hear stuff where they're talking about what the trends are with employers and all this stuff. And I heard not too long ago them say something like, seniority is no longer a thing and blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking, why not? Why wouldn't somebody who be honored or rewarded for being at one place so long? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. And it's almost like they are discouraging people from having that kind of loyalty because they don't want to have that loyalty to you. And so they just want to make up their, I was going to say make up their rules as they go along, but it's really not even rules. It's like being, not being fair in a lot of ways. Obviously, if somebody's doing a mediocre job and somebody comes in, maybe they don't have the seniority, but they have that sense of fire in their belly and they are doing a superior job. That's a different story. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when a person has been there and has been doing a great job. So you have to be able to deal with this situation in a way that you're not going to end up getting retribution against you because you uncovered a narcissist. That's the only way I can look at it. If you were working for someone who really doesn't care about you as an individual, if they have that narcissistic tendency and you just call them on the carpet, then they might be vindictive and they might try to get you blackballed in your industry or what have you. What crosses you is the Six of Wands, and this is a card of taking your victory lap. Or victory itself, victory may elude you because you still may have something hanging in the air or that you have to resolve. And the Six of Wands is a card of acknowledgement, maybe for a job well done. And perhaps it feels like you don't have that sense of somebody giving you your props, but you don't, maybe you're underestimating how important it is, and that is a mistake because then you will tolerate it again and again. And so always like kind of look at how you're being treated on the front end, because that will give you some idea, and then you can decide whether you want to invest a long time somewhere. What's coming in is the Knight of Swords, and this is a card of, yeah, somebody who is speaking their mind, perhaps. It can be like a lawyer or someone like a legal advisor, somebody, and maybe even like arbitration if you have something to sort out and you need somebody who is skilled at negotiation or something like that. To step in. If this is about two people, you will probably pick the air sign. And in that case, if you've been with an earth sign, you may be with somebody who you're not on the same page with. And they're very, maybe they're good providers, or they're just very grounded people, very practical, but you don't have a meeting of the minds. Sagittarius is an intellectual sign, and so you really need that mental stimulation. The outcome is the World card. This can be something of feeling around the time, of the middle of the month, and maybe even as we end, go into the third week, as we have that full moon in Pisces, which for Sag will be in the 4th house of home and family. You may have this sense of coming full circle and that ending, having some kind of ending, maybe like something being brought up from childhood where you had the same thing going on. You felt like you're competing with somebody else for maybe like a parent's affection, and you draw that, you connect the dots and see that, wow, I'm still competing for somebody's affection. Now I'm married to someone who is having an affair, and I'm still doing the same thing. So things like that, but there can be a resolution. The World card can also be a card of traveling long distance. So that might be, and also graduating. Maybe you're graduating from college, and even if you've been rejected on the job, you feel like you're going to have a lot of opportunities in the near future. So certainly there's going to be in December another solar eclipse in Sag, and that'll be a lot of new beginnings going into 2022. So that's what I have for you, Sag. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I'm promoting my double readings. I have it's a chart reading where I analyze your chart for 1 hour and then do transits for 1 hour for the next 12 months, and it's for a special price. I have other types of readings. You can click on the link below to find out more information and to order. Have a great, it's always hard for me and awkward for me to say it. Have a great mid-month. Take care. Bye.